What's up, YouTube? ODST General back again, and we've got some more Operation Trebuchet news to talk about. In fact, this is the first update video in a couple weeks, so I do apologize about that, guys. Unfortunately, it's just been a dry streak as far as images shared with OpCan shut down, and most of the other side mods haven't really been producing anything, so we've just been kind of stuck waiting for official development stuff to go on, so we finally got some stuff to talk about that, although I do have a little bit of side mod news I want to talk to you guys about with as well. So let's go ahead and jump into it. First up, as always, we've got official news with the dev team. So apparently, as we know, vehicles such as the Warthog, the Pelican, they're all slated to be redone, similar fashion that the weapons and some other assets like the armor were redone in the last update. The developers are trying to retool some of their older assets to bring them in line with the newer assets, with consistent textures and other various tweaking and stuff like that to try and make all the buildings look consistent between developers and stuff that created them. So one aspect of this we've already seen is building interiors. We've seen this with the farmhouses at least. And we know that there's some other buildings being worked on, like the pizza shacks. But apparently skyscrapers are getting an overhaul as well. The game has a number of towers and stuff which are really popular assets, but they were always intended to just be background assets. They were never intended for just like upfront use, like, modders and mappers such as myself have used them for. But now, Indoor Bradster's going back and he's retooling the skyscrapers to have interiors as well. Now, I'm not exactly sure how this will work, if there's going to be a scroll wheel option in which a player can just go into a elevator and scroll wheel up and get up to a higher floor, or if there's actually going to be animated built-in elevators, which is possible, but it is kind of a buggy feature, so it would be kind of a dangerous thing to do. So I'm not exactly sure what we can expect from this, but he did share a number of images. Based off these images, there isn't anything that seems to be hidden in them at all, but what we can see is there seems to be a pretty consistent design in line with the farmhouse, so that was to be expected. We do see the Alta Salt Flats out there in one of the images. It's hard to say how high up this building is. It does appear to be 4 or 5 stories up at least. Potentially even higher than that, but anything above 100 meters has a issue with Arma in which it tries to go into a freefall animation. Those of you who have played the mod a lot have likely experienced this going onto a frigate and like in some mission, way, shape, or form. But the devs try really hard to avoid this because they cannot fix this issue because it's built into the engine apparently. So the devs just do their best to work around it and try to avoid putting players into a scenario where they will go into that freefall animation. Part of that's the reason the frigate hasn't gotten developed further is because of that issue, in fact, as well as a couple other things, but we'll not get into that today. So anyways, beyond that, we do see a player in an elevator in one of these shots. So that's, like I said, I don't know if that's going to be like a scroll wheel function, or if the elevator is actually going to be functional, or if it's just in there for looks. It's hard to say for sure. I suspect we will find out probably sooner or later. If we're lucky, Bradster might even comment on this video or say so in the Discord. But let's go ahead and talk about side mods. So, side mods, we have news on the Brutes. And I know you guys have been dying to hear about the Brutes, but this is probably not the news you were wanting to hear. The Brutes have not been canceled. However, they have been on hold since the last news on them. We've known that Morthon's been kind of away and that he's been busy with life as it is. He did actually get on the Discord and comment on the official Discord here the other day, basically saying that the Brutes have made no progress since his last updates. They are really only capable of running at this time. They're very buggy. And he was working on ragdoll animations for them, but never finished that. Sadly, he says he's busy with school right now, and that's taking up most of his free time, so he does not know when he will return to work on the Brutes. They were initially expected, based off of an estimate that I gave him, and he said it was reasonable that they would probably come out sometime mid-October. Obviously, we're seeing this about mid-October, so unfortunately, the brutes aren't coming out when we had hoped. We were kind of expecting to maybe have them soon, and it's looking like that's not going to be the case. Beyond that, though, there isn't much else to talk about here, guys. So we're just going to go ahead and end the video here. Like always, guys, let me know what your favorite part of this update video is. Let me know what your least favorite part is, and let me know what you're looking forward to the most. And as always, hit that like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff, because that helps me out with the channel. I appreciate it, guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the next video.